Mission Impossible Rogue Nation is a visceral, action-packed, laugh-out-loud entry into one of my favorite franchises out there. And to those of us who are fans of the Mission Impossible franchise, we all know and love it for its over-the-top action and breathtaking, just barely possible Tom Cruise stunts. And in a summer blockbuster season with lots of decent popcorn flicks to choose from, I am happy to say that Rogue Nation stands far apart from the rest of the summer's action flicks. We saw at the end of Ghost Protocol that Ethan Hunt is tasked with hunting down the Syndicate, the network of immoral and deadly ex-secret agents. Now, the CIA is skeptical, though, about Ethan Hunt's decision-making. Is he really making smart IMF decisions for the greater good? Or is he delusional and seeking out his own self-involved, self-serving, impossible missions? If any of you thought for even a moment that Tom Cruise was about ready to hang up his Hollywood movie star hat, you better think again. This man is better than ever and can and will physically do absolutely anything. His stunt work is both terrifying and so thrilling to watch. And you're not living on planet Earth if you haven't seen the billboards or heard the story of Tom Cruise hanging from the side of that jet 50,000 feet in the air. Wait, he shot that 8 times? And while I was convinced going in that the movie had given away its biggest moment showing us this ahead of time, I was wrong. It happens sometimes. There are a ton of anxiety-filled, are you freaking kidding me, jam-packed action sequences that inspired, surprisingly, the stuffy, press-filled audience I was sitting in to erupt with applause more than once. Christopher McQuarrie, I was specifically clapping for you, my friend, and not only for giving us a great action movie, but also for incorporating some of those classic spy sequences that fans of this genre love. Don't even get me started on those chase scenes. I cannot with that. Let's just say nobody was texting and driving. Now, there is a lot of humor built into these high-stakes action sequences, and the film has a lot of moments where it kind of makes fun of itself, which I always love. The cast was also jam-packed too. Alec Baldwin was a great addition to the franchise, adding in his signature smugness in all the right places. And surprisingly, some of my favorite moments in the movie came by way of his performance. I was just waiting for him to turn to the camera and ask me some invasive question like what was in my wallet. Simon Pegg has a lot of screen time too, doing a great job as always playing the computer hacker Benji. This movie has some moments where it feels like an ensemble film like previous MI movies in the past. However, Jeremy Renner and Ving Rhames don't really play as big of a role in this installment. That was a bit surprising considering all of those rumors out there that Jeremy Renner's William could potentially take over the franchise after Cruise leaves. This new agent Ilsa, played by Rebecca Ferguson, is pretty badass herself and adds not only to the much needed sex appeal in this movie, but she also gives the guys a run for their money in the action department. There's no barefooted woman in this kitchen. But one of the biggest complaints that I have about this movie is about the antagonist. First of all, there isn't much development about why the Syndicate network is so deadly and why Hunt is willing to just risk it all to bring them down. Secondly, the main baddie in the film, played by Sean Harris, he kind of feels like a cardboard cutout caricature of what a villain should be. And as a side note, it's really hard to find any man threatening when he's sporting a black turtleneck, guys. Felt like my middle school theater teacher was coming for me again for not knowing my lines. Now, I would be lying if I said that Rogue Nation is some fresh, new take on the franchise with a plot and story you've never seen before. There is a formula here that you have to expect going into this, and if you're a fan of this action, adventure, espionage, thriller genre, you're really going to love this movie. While the two franchises are unique in their own way, Mission Impossible, for me, is tied with Mad Max Fury Road as the best action movie of the summer. Yeah, I said it. So your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to go see Mission Impossible Rogue Nation in theaters when it opens on July 31st. And since you guys love to express your opinions, you guys can feel free to come back here and do that and let us know what you thought about it in the comments section below as per usual. And for a roundup of the most badass movie moments ever, yeah, I said ever, click in this box right there for that. I'm Erin Robinson for Clever Movies, and I'll see you next time.